what I want to go into next is semaglutide. So I understand semaglutide is a peptide, and I understand it's a chain of proteins, but my degree is in psychology, so I'm not as familiar with how this works. GLP-1 receptor antagonist is something that I've been reading that's gotten thrown around a lot. Can you, as if I'm like 5, honestly, walk me through what is semaglutide, what are peptides? Because semaglutide is not the only peptide that seems to be increasing in popularity lately. How do they work? How is this different from other medications and drugs in the same categories?
Right. I think the best way to think of a peptide is it's a group of amino acids. It's sort of like biohacking essentially, and they're messengers, they're signals that you're plugging into your body. That, because these aren't truly proteins. These are kind of incomplete proteins, like a little key fitting into a part of the equation, sequence of events that are happening metabolically or physiologically, and telling it to do something. And so, a GLP-1 agonist is essentially just tapping into that, right, in very specific ways, affecting primarily the pancreas with like your beta cells primarily, which has everything to do with your insulin response to things we eat. And insulin has this huge role in a lot of things, and I think a lot of things that we don't necessarily fully understand, but definitely in our hunger signals, the rate that food moves through us, but also our emotional motivation. And so what a lot of people don't realize about primarily we're using semaglutide and tirzepatide. These are the most readily available and very effective GLPs that are out there right now. Is that there's receptors for this all over the body, and so anytime somebody comes in for a consultation, I try to really just explain kind of the nuts and bolts of how it works to kind of help them understand what they're getting into, because every one of them is a double-edged sword. So many really positive things, but also many potential side effects. Almost everybody is going to have at least some side effects. Some have a lot of side effects, and there is potential for catastrophic responses to it, even at a low dose. And so they're not benign by any means. Like, they have a footprint for sure, and I think it just has to be approached really carefully. So I like the way that we're doing it.